Alright guys, I'm back. Okay, this is my WWE Raw review for the 16th of the 2nd of the 12th, 2013. I thought this Raw was a good Raw. You had some build up for TLC. You know, they built up HBK. They was teasing the HBK versus Punk feud. It was teasing the HBK versus Punk feud. Tonight they was teasing maybe a triple threat match. Potentially at the Royal Rumble between Cena, D. Bryan, and Orton for the titles. So the show for the Authority coming out. They have all the wrestlers on the ramp. Stephanie said tonight's Raw is going to be a historical night. She said that tonight's Raw is going to be a historical night. Triple H says that last night the crowd won WWE World Champion. So he calls out Randy Orton. Randy Orton comes out. He says that he said he's better than all the wrestlers on the ramp. He said that he said he beat Cena last night clean and stuff like that. And he said, and then Cena gets a mic from out of nowhere. I don't know where the fuck he got this mic from, but he got it. He says that Orton should give. Cena says that Orton should give D. Bryan a rematch tonight. He says no. Triple H said this was best for business. So tonight's main event is D. Bryan versus Orton for the title. Then we get our first match tonight, which is Brotherhood versus Rey and Big Show. Good match here. Wasn't better than the TLC match. Goldust hits a crossbody on Big Show. Then Goldust gets chokeslammed. Then Cody breaks it up. Cody gets thrown outside the ring. Then Big Show hits a KO punch on Goldust. Then Rey tags himself. Then Big Show tags in Rey. Rey hits a splash for the win. It was an okay match. It was a good match. I enjoyed it. Then we get a Bad News Barrett segment. He's talking about how the fans are not going to win the lottery and they're going to have a terrible Christmas. Second match of the night was Fandango versus Dolph. Okay, this was a decent match, but I didn't really care about it too much. Dolph was with roll up. It was a decent match. Before the match, we saw Orton backstage with Authority. Orton's still freaking out about facing D. Bryan tonight, but he says that the Authority has got his back or something like that. I don't know. Then we get a bad Santa video, which is Damien Sandow just being bad to the kids. You know, saying that, telling the kids they're going to have a bad Christmas and stuff, and Christmas is cancelled. That was a funny line. I did like that. So next week we're going to have Bad Santa, who is Sandow, versus Good Santa, Mark Henry. So yeah, that's only Christmas episode next week. I don't really care. The fourth match tonight is a tag match. It's Tons of Funk versus Ryback. Crowd was dead in this match. I could care less. I couldn't care less. Like, I just found this tag match between Tons of Funk and Ryback very boring. The crowd didn't even react to nothing in this match. We see Xavier and R-Truth on commentary. Ryback just hits a shell shot for the win. Brodus refused to tags into Tensai, similar to the Kofi Miz thing that happened a couple weeks ago on Raw. I don't know. So it kind of like Tons of Funk broken up because Bros did attack Tensai after the match, hitting him with 2 splashes. Then Xavier Woods and R-Truth made the save, and after Funkadactyls dance with Xavier Woods and R-Truth, so it kind of looks like Tons of Funk are going to break up, and it kind of looks like we're going to have a Tensai versus Bros Clay feud. I'm not really excited about that. In my opinion, I could care less, but whatever. Fifth match tonight, well, before we get to the match, we start off with CM Punk. CM Punk comes into the ring. He cuts a promo. Punk comes in the ring and cuts a promo. He said he beat the Shield at TLC. He said that Triple H has been telling the Shield to attack him all these last couple of weeks because of the things he said about Triple H. Then he calls out Triple H. He doesn't come out. So he calls out HBK. HBK said, so HBK comes out. He says that he knows he has problems with the Authority and Triple. He said he knows he has problems with Triple H, but he said that Triple H has been telling the Shield to attack him and stuff like that. He said something about he was acting heelish again, so it kind of looks like he's still a heel. So yeah. So and then Oh yeah. So that was about it. Then the fifth match tonight was the Usos and Punk versus the Shield. The fans could vote on the WWE who was Punk's tag partners were going to be. The options were PCP, not Tons of Funk, Los Matadores, and the Usos. And guess what tag team won? The Usos, which was a pretty good choice. I didn't want the other two teams to win. There's two comedy tag teams, so I didn't really want them to win. But anyway, this was a really good match. I enjoyed this tag match. I thought this was really good. So yeah, I thought really well. One of the Usos hit a splash on Roman Reigns. Then Rollins distracts Punk. Then Punk gets Ambrose. Punk tries to hit Ambrose with a GTS, but then Roman Reigns tags himself in before that. So Punk doesn't know that he didn't see the tag. But Roman Reigns hits a spear on Punk to get the win. I thought this match was a really good match. I enjoyed it. I thought both teams looked really strong here. So yeah, I'm glad the Shield went over. I'm glad the Shield went over because I didn't think they was going to lose twice in one night. Because you know they lost at TLC. I didn't think they was going to lose here tonight. So I'm glad that they went over. Then we see Bray Wyatt cutting a promo, and then we see Bray Wyatt talking to Sister Abigail, who's invisible. Sixth match of the night was the sixth match of the night was the Bellas and Natalya versus AJ and Tamina in the sixth one. Versus AJ, Tamina, and Alicia Fox in the sixth women tag match. Your typical kind of divas match. It was slow, boring. I fell asleep. I'm joking. I didn't fall asleep. So yeah, it's your typical divas match. One thing I did like in this match was it was pretty funny. Tamina is in the ring. She's in the ring. She super kicks. She's the lead woman in the ring. She super kicks Nikki Bella, and then Nikki Bella gets super kicked in the face. Then she gets hit with a shining wizard, but she's still covering her mouth after she gets hit with the super kick. Then AJ gets tagged in by Tamina, and then her mouth, she's still covering her mouth like that. So then she gets back up, gets hit with a shiny wizard. Then after the heel team get the win, she's still covering her mouth like after the match. Like, really, was it that bad? Or was it really that bad to cover her face? Did she, like, you know, did one of her teeth come out or something? Did she have a busted open lip or something? I don't know. Then we get a good Santa video, which is basically which is Mark Henry dressed up as Good Santa, saying that saying that they're going to telling the kids that they're going to presents or something like that. I don't know. Then we see a segment. Renee interviews Orton. Orton says that all the wrestlers can kiss his ass. Seventh match of the night was for the WWE World Title. Was Orton versus D. Bryan. I thought this match got a lot of time. The fans were really into this match. For both guys left it out there. I think Randy Orton was watching my WWE TLC review I did last night, because I've said Randy Orton has got really lazy, and he must have listened to that. He must have watched that review I did, because he really stepped up his game on this last episode of Raw in this match. I thought he stepped up his game really well. Orton hits a DDT off the ropes, then D. Bryan kicks his head off with the roundhouse kick. Then D. Bryan hits a suicide dive. D. Bryan tries. Then Orton tries to go for, I think, an RKO or something like that. Then D. Bryan puts him in the half Boston Crab. Then D. Bryan's trying to hit Orton with another roundhouse kick, but he's like kicking the shit out of him. Then he's trying to go for the final roundhouse kick, but Orton lowballs D. Bryan. Then the ref sees it, so he disqualifies Orton. So D. Bryan wins, but he doesn't win the belt though. So after the match, Orton's attacking D. Bryan. Cena comes up to try to make a save, but Orton RKO's him, and that's how we ended the show, with Orton standing tall. Cena and D. Bryan was on the floor, just lying there. After getting beat up by Orton, Orton improved in the ring here tonight. His promos, I liked his promo with the Authority earlier in the night. I liked his promo with Renee Young. I thought that was pretty good. So Randy Orton overall improved on the mic here. I thought, you know, improved really well on the mic.